On to you, Aquarius, out here. Before I begin, I would like to give a shout out to Enrique. Shout outs to you. Uh, you know, um, so for you, Aquarius, you have the Knight of Swords, and then you have the Six of Wands, and then you, Aquarius, also have the Three of Swords. I'm using the spellcasters, the modern spellcasters tarot, so it could be a little bit dark, but bear with me here. It is possible to see it, can see it. So for you, Aquarius, right, a lot of you very much so are, hold on, let me look at this. Let me look at this, right? Interesting. Okay, real interesting. Okay, so there's a sense of you, Aquarius, moving forward. Despite the fact that you, Aquarius, have had certain issues, a lot of you are still moving forward, right? Even the ones of you who are very much so heartbroken off of love that you had and that you've lost, as far as, you know, however it may be, right? I'm not even going to go into it specifically, but however it may be, you may have had love and then you lost it. And a lot of you, Aquarius, are moving forward regardless of that, regardless of whatever it is that you may have lost. It doesn't define the totality of who you are. And it doesn't, it doesn't. Because there's a sense of, you, Aquarius, what a lot of you, Aquarius, are here to do. A lot of you are here to give up on a lot of things that other people would have that you, Aquarius, wouldn't. The whole point, tell you like this, right? One of the main keys for Aquarius, the zodiac sign, the what it means, is to, like I said before, is to give up on what it means to fit in. Because Aquarius, the air signs deal with socializing with others and then hanging out by yourself, socializing with others and then being an individual. So a lot of you, Aquarius, are becoming a better individual by learning how to hang out with other people, but more so living your life just in general. And the situation for Aquarius is no different. A lot of Aquarius feel like y'all got some voodoo on y'all, right? Like y'all got bad luck. It's not that you, Aquarius, have bad luck. What it is that with Aquarius, Aquarius represents where illusions and delusions and dysfunctions go to meet its end. That's where Aquarius, that's what Aquarius represents. Now, why that's important in the first place is because that means that the delusion of the fairy tales, or I should say the delusion of like love, is going to melt away. Your delusion of what you think love is. Love exists, like it is, I said before, I've talked about this before. Love does exist. The only thing with love is that a lot of people are not practicing that. A lot of people are not practicing it. A lot of people are being very transactional, and it's like it's stopping them from actually experiencing what real love is. Because like it is, I said before, what does a parent give to its little one? It doesn't, what does a little one give to its parent that would make it transactional? And the answer to that is nothing. And then some people will reach and then they'll say something like, oh, well, it provides it with love. And no, it doesn't. No, they don't say love. They say, oh, it provides it with feeling good because of this, because of that. It's like, right, but what about the times when the little one, or maybe if it's growing up and it's at a teenage, right? It's not a little one anymore. It's a teenager now. You got a teenager living in the house. You dig what I'm saying? And the teenager, either on either side, regardless of whatever it's into, is giving you a hard time. Why doesn't the parent just kick the little one out? You understand what I'm saying? If it's transactional like that. Because it's not transactional. A lot of people like to omit that. But the point that I'm trying to make here is the Eight of Wands and the Page of Cups now represents how so a lot of you Aquarius, oh wow, Palantir just spiked. Oh wow. Wow. I was an idiot for selling Palantir, but whatever, it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Anyway, it is what it is. Anyway, that teaches me that teaches me a very nice lesson to wait and to actually hold on. But we live and we grow, right? I had 22 shares of Palantir. I had 22 shares of Palantir at like $10, $18, $15, right? Now Palantir is around $62. I sold it. I sold it at the $25 mark. Oh well, right? Anyway, point that I'm trying to make here for you, Aquarius, is right. The Eight of Wands and the Page of Cups. It speaks to how it speaks to how it is to a lot of you Aquarius. The Eight of Wands, a lot of importance, a lot of thoughts about how you are going to continue living. What are you going to continue to do? What's the next step for you? The Page of Cups speaks to, this is a love reading. This is more so of a reading where it's like it's a matter of the heart. It's a matter of you, Aquarius, needing to make certain things understood about yourselves so that you don't have to question so hard as to what exactly is going on. And the answer to that is that the Page of Cups right here speaks to, once again, the illusion that is being taken away. You know more. See, that's another thing too, right? Why does I say that Aquarius deals with the illusion being taken away? It's because Aquarius also represents knowledge. Excuse me, to know something. And when you know or you understand about something, when you know something, right, you don't believe in it anymore. See, Pisces represents belief, right? Believe something that you are not necessarily sure of. You're not sure of it. You may not even know about it, but you hope that it's there. And then Aquarius is to know. You do not believe because you know for a fact what is there. You understand it. You've had experiences with it. You know what's there. So that's when it is that the illusion and delusion go to essentially end, right? This is where the illusions end, because a lot of you Aquarius, through your own experiences, you're learning yourself that a lot of people are using love transactionally. You know, when you start, you know, when I start talking about love, you know, people start like, it's like, no, it exists. Trust me, it exists. And then a lot of people will try to get me to prove it, right? And they'll try to get at it from a transactional point of an angle, right? They'll be like, oh, well, you know, but if the person doesn't love you back, you've never been in love before. It's like, that ain't, no, that's not true. You could be in love with a person and a person may not. This is the thing a lot of people don't realize. And this is how it is, my dear Aquarius. I could tell that a lot of people are not evolved. Love is so unpredictable in that sense, as far as love is such a loss of ego, where you could be in love with a person and a person may not necessarily be in love with you back, and you could still be in love with a person. A lot of times nowadays, people think that love has something to do with only if it's returned, then it's love. And people have laughed at me for that, because I had love or was in love with a couple of people. And they was like, oh, you know, laughed at me or whatever. They completely dropped the ball and missed the mark. And I just knew what type of level they on. But it doesn't mean that I didn't have love for them and I didn't love them, right? Was in love with them romantically. It still didn't mean that I wasn't in love with them. I was in love with them. But the thing is that what I also understood was the fact that they dropped the ball and they're the ones that essentially missed the mark. Love ain't got anything to do per se always with a person even loving you back. See, because most love nowadays, and I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna get into it. I'm saying you have the temperance and then you have the moon card, right? Which is patience. It's the mercy that you show to other people. And then the moon represents your ability to leave them alone without it being so much of a problem, right? Leaving quietly out of their life if they don't want to build that relationship with you. And I've talked about this before, right? For anybody who studies independently from me, right, which I encourage everybody to do, but for those people who studies independently from me, I've talked about this before, right? You have the Kabbalistic tree, and I may have to like get an example of the Kabbalistic tree, but you have to kind of like hold up to show you what I'm talking about. You have the Kabbalistic tree, okay? You have the pillar of mercy, and then you have the pillar of severity. Pillar of severity is always the left. Then you have the pillar of mercy is the right, right? Whole point is, right, on the pillar of severity, you have which is the left. From lower to high, you have red, no, you have orange, red, and then you have black. I don't necessarily remember all of their names. But, and then on the pillar of mercy, you have benevolent colors. So it's like, I think it's something, I forgot something, then it's green, then it's blue. Why am I saying all that? Because when the highest point a person can reach before infinite worlds start opening up to them. See, the whole trial and tribulation, my dear Aquarius, is when you're going from the world or the kingdom and climbing your way all the way to the top, where you get to Bina, and where it is that you get to Chokma, right? Experience, left hand, wisdom, right hand, right? Why is this important? Because when a person, regardless of whatever you're into, who you are, reaches, right, the highest feminine, the highest masculine, that's when it is that you really understand where love is. Because in the lower spheres on a Kabbalistic tree, your ego is being ripped apart. Your ego is being checked. And by the time you reach it, if that's a big if you reach it to Bina, or Bina, and Chokma, experience wisdom, you already will understand what true love is, because you don't have the ego. See, what a lot of people are doing is they're in the ego. They're still downstairs with it. They're still looking at things from a transactional point of view. And that's the thing that's messing them up. Because the thing is that the Page of Wands and the Afterlife card speaks to how it is that you, Aquarius, still have the capacity to love. But you see how it is that a lot of other people do not. That is not by mistake. That is not by mistake. It shows that you, Aquarius, actually have the capability of living your life in a more free way. You just don't know it. Some of you just don't know it. You're actually living your life the way that it could be lived if other people would open up their mind and enlighten themselves to the possibilities. Just because a person may not necessarily want to be in a relationship with them doesn't mean that your love stops for a person. You know how many people I have admired from a romantic standpoint, how many that I had love for that the relationship didn't manifest? Why? Those individuals were broken. How you gonna build a real relationship with a person when you picked a fake? I ain't even look. I'm from New York. I ain't even gonna look, fam. I'm not even gonna go there. But you know what I'm saying? The person is fake. How? How do I know this? Because the person ain't respected anywhere. It's like come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you from New York and you repping bees. If you from New York, you know what that means. And I'm not throwing it up. I'm just saying you repping bees if you know what that means. Come on, bro. You wearing red t-shirts, you taking pictures or whatever the case may be. But in reality of the situation, though, come on, bro. Like you not respected anywhere in New York. When I was walking on the dude talked all that smack to me. When I was on the same sidewalk with homie, because I was gonna go get my mom something or whatever that she asked me for, homie crossed the street, but he's repping bees though. It's like this is what I'm talking about. How you gonna build? How is a decent person striving to be with? How is a decent person striving to be great gonna make a relationship with a person who had a little one with another guy who has that mentality to where you want notoriety for all the wrong reasons. You want to make a name for yourself by repping something that you shouldn't be repping in the first place. And I don't condone that. But then when it's time for you to show the confrontation, you cross the street. And you saw me and we was crossing paths because you were going this way, he was going this way, I was coming that way. We was on the same sidewalk. And I even gave space for homie. And he had all the opportunity in the world. Come on, bro. But this is the mentality of what I'm talking about. So you can't build a relationship with somebody who operates like that, my dear Aquarius. You can't. What am I trying to say with this whole thing? What I'm trying to say is, What am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is you Aquarius are in a very good disposition. And at a lot of you Aquarius, this has way more to do than just transaction. This is about you Aquarius being spiritual and you Aquarius gaining a lot more insight, even more than you have had before. And it's opening your eyes to certain things. So that's what I'm trying to say. That's the point of this reading. That's what it is that the cards are saying. Because not every tarot reading has to be about money and getting checks. What it also is that the tarot is mainly for insight. It's mainly to empower the people who is getting the reading. Okay? So that those people can realize their own power and start creating effective change in their own life. That's the point of the tarot. It's not about trying to glamorize people and make people feel in shock and at awe and all this other type of stuff. And this is why it is that I don't fret or get scared about the information and telling y'all the information and having y'all scared that y'all are not gonna come back or whatever. Because we all slip, we all fall, we all are on our own paths of enlightenment. We all gonna need a spiritual counselor, a person who isn't like a counselor per se in that regard, but a person who gives you wisdom. You know what I mean? A person who understands, who lives there, who lives in that particular space, and that can offer, not by force, but by people who are willing to listen and understand what I'm talking about, right? And experience what I'm talking about, that kind of counsel. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what it's for. That's why I'm not afraid of people being like, oh, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Because I know that at some point, everyone, including myself, I don't lead myself constantly. There's times where I'll go to people and I'll ask questions like, yo, how did you do that? I do that all the time. Like I don't have all the answers. I ask people a lot like, yo, how you do this? How you do this? And then when people tell me that they don't know, I'm like, okay. Now, most of the times I'll be like, I'm gonna do it on my own. But is there times where I ask people first? Absolutely. There'll be times where I'll be like, hey, I need some help. How you do this? This is what it is that I would think. So let's clarify the and then you have the Knight of Wands. Let anyone that's coming into your life trying to make it seem like you don't know what you're doing, let them laugh. Let them act like they don't want to understand. That's their fault. You know? Maybe they'll gain wisdom. So let's clarify the afterlife card, if you know what I mean. I can't say the D word. The High Priestess, the Eight of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, and then you Aquarius actually have the Magician card. So the High Priestess, the Eight of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles speaks to how you Aquarius, very much so, are you have a lot of people who do like you back, but like it is I said before, my dear Aquarius, people are caught up in the transaction. That's what it is. A lot of people got their heart guarded, and they don't seem to understand that you get to, like, this is the catch-22, right? A lot of people really don't understand that if you go through the discomfort now and you still love anyway, a lot of people don't even realize that if you do it right, you get to a point where what is meant to usually hurt you, it doesn't even hurt like that anymore. The rejection, when you approach somebody, it doesn't hurt. You'll be over it in minutes, or you'll be over it instantly. It'll almost be like it's fickle. Like, it's not fickle. You legitimately would have liked them, and you do like them, but it almost seems that it mimics, but it's not quite the same. But it mimics fickleness, because now it's like, but I thought you just liked this person. Now you over this person in the snap of a finger. What's going on? Well, what it is the fact that you Aquarius already had that internal talk, and you're over it. But see, you can tell that a lot of people have gotten hurt, and they're trying to protect themselves. And it's honestly, it's a terrible rendition of it, because they're acting out, because they don't need to guard themselves. What they need to actually do is to feel what it is that they feel, but don't let it get out of hand. And at certain points, they're gonna experience this so much. I don't get bent out of shape if a person isn't into me romantically. I'm over it in minutes. Seriously, I'm over it in minutes. And so the Eight of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the Magician, there's so much opportunity for you, Aquarius, out here, regardless of if you're in a relationship or you're not. Still a lot more opportunity. A lot more opportunity. You just need to know how to use it. But that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the videos. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Appreciate you. I got to get out of here. The video long than a mug.